Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. All right, before we go live on air, we're going to go ahead and play the coaches show, and then we are actually doing the homecoming for Vian, so stay tuned. We'll go ahead and hit our coaches show, and then we'll start our live broadcast. Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. It's Chevy Truck Month. It's time to see why Chevy is America's most dependable lineup of trucks. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Coach, you had a big game, homecoming, came away with a victory. First off, how did you guys feel after that win?
Oh, it was an awesome feeling. It was a very emotional back and forth game, and it felt really good to see these kids, continue to fight and find a way to win there in a tough situation.
It felt like Morris, every time that Atoka answered or you thought that you were going to pull away, it felt like Morris was somehow hanging on and answering every shot that you threw at him. Was there a specific moment or play in the game that you felt like turned the tide in your favor?
There were several throughout the game that kind of changed that momentum. And, we had, 3 interceptions on defense, and that were all big momentum swings. And, opening up the second half with a 4-play drive to score a touchdown was really big for us. Just a lot of guys making great individual plays and just continuing to play. And Morris, they're a young team too, and they're getting better and better. And they never quit either. So it made for a really exciting game.
Connor, I felt, was lights out. Had a lot of good plays, found the ball up the middle quite a bit, and the running game was special. Tell me about that offensive line and their progression through the course of that game alone.
Oh, at the beginning of the game, we were kind of like we have been throughout the year, just, one or two blocks away from really popping a run. And, they finally found it and started working really, really good together as a unit. And you can see the result when they do that. I mean, it was just really nice to see, especially, rushing for 300 yards is always awesome. So yeah, those guys just did a phenomenal job.
Were there any specific challenges during the game that, I don't know, you felt you were proud of overcoming, like as the course of the game went on?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the very end of the game, especially, defensively, we played a lot better defensively than what the score showed. It was, a few plays here and there that extended drives or maybe one person making a mistake at any given time that Morris capitalized on. But, they got that onside kick at the end and had all the momentum, and our defense stepped up and got a huge stop to seal the game. So I thought really that more than anything, but and you can go back to the first quarter, when they go down and score on the first drive.
Right.
We responded, and after we punted, our defense stepped up and made some really big plays to keep us in it early. And so really just those moments of resiliency and not letting one bad thing lead to another bad thing, I thought was really, really great to see.
Field position was a big factor in that game too. When you look at where Morris received the ball, started drives a lot of times in plus territory, put the defense into some some positions with their backs against the wall. And how do you feel they handled that pressure?
I thought they handled it about as well as you can. I mean, like you said, Morris really dominated the field position game, and that's something that we have to be better at. Because you can't make a living with them starting the ball in plus territory. But I thought our defense really stepped up in those situations. And like I said, the score doesn't necessarily show it, but they played pretty well and really came up with some big stops and big momentum swings for us that gave us a chance to win.
Now, as a first-time head coach, how was this win in regards to shaping your confidence, or I guess your approach moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of reinforced what we've been trying to build, and again, just going back to the resiliency of it, because there were several times when things didn't go our way the other night, and the kids just kept fighting, and that's really all you can ask for, is for them to play as hard as they did and continue to respond to adverse situations. So I think it really provides a lot of momentum for these kids to grow on.
We were talking about the star of the game. We could have gone a multitude of different directions for that. We gave it to the offensive line, and rightfully so. I felt like they did an extraordinary job up front and kind of controlling that game, especially in the second half. Connor was lights out, and we had talked to you previously prior to the game, and we kind of asked about that starting quarterback position, and you, in your own words, said he may just give us a little bit better option in the running game against Morris, and it turned out to be that way.
Yeah, he did a great job, and really, played to his strengths. He's a very talented and athletic kid, and again, just with the way the offensive line played, it gave both he and Wade, great opportunities to make big plays, and any level of football, it starts up front. When you play as well up front as our guys did, it's always going to give you a chance to be successful.
Now we've got Vian on the road this week, and Gary Willis does a phenomenal job with Vian. They've only got one loss on the year, and that was against Kiefer, a very good football team as well. But they've already played teams like Eufaula, Pecola, Spiro, Antlers, dominating performances in all of those. Kiefer, they only lost by one. What do we know about Vian going into this game?
They are as advertised. They're very, very senior loaded. They have nine seniors starting on offense and 8 starting on defense, and it's a tradition rich program. Those kids are very talented. You can tell that they have spent a lot of time working at it. They're big, they're strong, they're fast, they're physical, they play hard, and depending on what rankings list you look at, they're pretty much a consensus number 1 or number 2 in our class, and they do a phenomenal job there, and they've got some really good players.
Now, same thing, very big up front, Vian is. How do we plan on countering them size-wise, especially in the interior offensive line and defensive lines?
You've got to rely on your technique. You've got to play with a lower pad level than them, and you've got to attack their aggression with just as much or more aggression. And that's something I've told these guys this week, and we've preached as coaches, is we have to be very violent in the interior, and if we do that, it'll give us a chance to have some success. But defensively, we've got to use our speed, and we've got to fight pressure, and just play technically sound in order to be successful.
I know it's hard to get away from this sometimes when you go up against teams like Vian that have a really solid interior. and it makes it hard in the running game. What's your best philosophy when you're struggling in the running game?
Well, when you struggle in the running game, I guess it depends on what the reason is that you're struggling. If you're struggling because they're loading the box, then you have to be able to get the ball to the perimeter and get guys in space. If you're struggling against a light box, then that's an entirely different situation. And it really comes down to, you've got to take the right angles on those blocking passes. You got to stay low, and again, just be very violent as you're going that way. But if it's a situation where they're stopping the run with a heavy box, then you've got to be able to get the ball to the perimeter to get them to lighten the box to open up different running lanes.
Defensively, again, this last week, field position kind of been a factor, not just in last week, but in several weeks this year. What do we plan on doing to kind of clean that up a little bit?
Well, we've got to be more disciplined on kickoff and staying in our lanes and breaking down as we get close to the ball. And a lot of that goes back to just, guys with not a lot of experience doing it, and they're learning and getting better at it and getting a better understanding of what it means when you're running down on kickoff. It starts with, you've got to be running full speed with your hair on fire, and then everyone, when you avoid the block, one guy can't avoid to the right and the other guy avoid to the left, or you get out of your lane. So learning those things, and then once the ball is caught, you've got to condense down and break down when you get within 5 to 7 yards from the ball carrier.
Last question, Coach. Who you got this weekend? Oklahoma or Texas, man?
Hey, that's a game that you really totally throw the records out. Anything on paper does not really matter. Being a part of that game a couple of times, it's crazy how the atmosphere is. It doesn't matter the score throughout the game. The fans are just going crazy the whole time, and I got to be a part of that in 2021 when we were down 28-7 in the first quarter, and you know what, our crowd never went away, and then
Oh yeah, I was there for that one.
back, and but I think this Oklahoma team is pretty special, especially on defense, and so I'm taking the Sooners.
What's your score?
Oh gosh, don't do that to me. It could be really any range, but I think it's somewhere in the realm of a 27-13 type game that's really close, and maybe OU scores at the end to kind of separate.
That's a better score than I had. Yeah, better score than I had. I had 89-0, but that's me.
Well, I mean, my heart wants to say that it's going to be, like 65-3, kind of like a 2000 or a 2011 and 12, type of game. But Texas is a very quality team, so it's hard to expect that, but I definitely hope that happens.
Coach, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, thank you.
Atoka Wampus Cat football coming at you live in just a few minutes here on KHKC 1021 FM, The Brand.
She is also a member of Educational Talent Search and the Vian Church of Christ. Brooklyn enjoys reading, making crafts, playing board games, listening to and singing music, hanging out with friends, and working at the Wolverine Den of Kids. Escorting Brooklyn is Ashton Neal. Ashton is the son of Anthony Neal and Cheryl Neal. He has been a 3-year member of the academic team, a 2-year member of FCA and ICTC IT, and he played football for 3 years. Ashton enjoys playing video games, hiking, and all outdoor activities, as well as building computers and fixing cars. Our band queen candidate is Miss Madeline Joy Napper. Madeline is the daughter of Lori Ball and Ricky Napper. She is a 7-year member of the band and a 3-year member of FCCLA. Madeline enjoys working and going to the gym. Escorting Madeline is Gabriel Wilson. Gabe is the son of Benjamin and Jennifer Wilson and Keith and Candace Clayton. He is a 4-year member of band, choir, FFA, National Honor Society, esports, and volunteers with the media team at church. Gabe enjoys playing trumpet, skeet shooting, target shooting, fishing, and hunting. Our baseball queen candidate is Miss Aubrey Michelle Craighead. Aubrey is the daughter of Josh and Teresa Craighead. She is a 3-year member of the fast pitch and slow pitch teams, FCA, FFA, and National Honor Society, and the yearbook staff. She is a 2-year member of FCCLA and was the football trainer for 2 years. Aubrey enjoys playing softball, hunting with her family, going kayaking, fishing with her grandpa, spending mom and dad's money, playing pickleball with her friends, and hanging out with Katie. Escorting Aubrey is Riley Ellis. Riley is the son of Kyle and Tiffany James and Jonathan and Autumn Ellis. Riley is a 4-year member of the football and baseball teams, FCA, and FFA. He enjoys being outdoors, hunting, fishing, and spending time with his family and friends. Our basketball queen candidate is Miss Hallie Caroline Russell. Hallie is the daughter of Sean and Joni Couch and James Russell. She is a 4-year member of the basketball, fast pitch, slow pitch, and cheer teams, and a 2-year member of the track team. She is a 3-year member of National Honor Society and FCA, as well as the 4-year member of FFA, where she served as Sentinel for 1 year and is the president this year. She is also a student council class representative and is on the yearbook staff. Hallie enjoys crocheting, crafting, fishing, hunting, and spending time with her friends and family. She also works at Glory Prom. Escorting Hallie is Trace Sanders. Trace is the son of Stone and Sarah Sanders. He is a 4-year member of the football and basketball teams. Trace enjoys playing football with his friends and playing video games. Our varsity cheer queen candidate is Miss Amelia Ray Steele. Amelia is the daughter of Fosta and Caitlin Locust and Alex Steele. She is a member of the cheer team and volunteers at the Vian Nursing Home and Rehab, as well as Sequoia Manor. Amelia enjoys relaxing and painting with her friends and family. Over the summer, she obtained her AED and CPR certifications. Escorting Amelia is Drayton Fletcher. Drayton is the son of Dennis and Tamara Fletcher. He is a 4-year member of the varsity football and baseball teams, FFA, and FCA. He is a member of the National Honor Society and Educational Talent Search programs. In his spare time, Drayton enjoys hunting, fishing, and hanging out with his family and friends. Our FCCLA Queen candidate is Miss Christy Lynn McClellan Collins. Christy is the daughter of Angela Collins and Eric Stennett. She is a 3-year member of FCCLA and art and a 2-year member of the Native American Club. She is also a member of FCA and Gifted and Talented. Christy enjoys painting, beading, dancing at powwows, and listening to music. She is planning to join the military after graduation. Escorting Christy is Prudencio Tavera III. Prudencio is the son of Jeff and Julianne Kazay. He is a 4-year member of FCCLA. Prudencio enjoys driving his car, listening to music, hanging out with friends, and doing dumb stuff with his brother. Our FFA Queen candidate is Miss Tressa Jane Sandlin. Tressa is the daughter of Randy and Tammy Sandlin. She is the granddaughter of Helen Sandlin, the late John Sandlin, and the late Carol Sandlin, Linda Hogner, and the late Joe Hogner, and Bunker Rose. Tressa enjoys spending time with family and friends, including her nieces and nephews. She is a 4-year member of FFA, where she currently serves as vice president, a member of FCA, and a 4-year member of the fast pitch and slow pitch softball teams. She is also a varsity cheerleader. She hopes to go to college to pursue a degree in agricultural education. Escorting Tressa is Max Ross. Max is the son of Jennifer Ross and Brandon McKeever and the late Stanley Ross. He is a 4-year member of FFA, the football and academic teams, and is on the student council. In his spare time, Max enjoys football, competing with ag, and hanging out with his friends. Our football queen candidate is Miss Kaya Pina Michelle Richardson. Kaya is the daughter of Laura Richardson and the granddaughter of Mary Thomas. She is a 4-year member of the basketball team, a 3-year member of the National Honor Society, FCCLA, and FCA. She is also a member of the track and cheer teams. Kaya enjoys spending time with friends, exploring new interests, shopping, playing piano, and listening to music while driving. She also works at Camille's Kids, which keeps her busy but makes every day fun. Escorting Kaya is Mason Wright. Mason is the son of Tam Wright and the grandson of Deborah and Gary Wright. He is a 4-year member of the varsity football and basketball teams. He is also a member of FCA. Mason enjoys hanging out with friends, sleeping, and going to his Nana's house to bug her. Our fast pitch queen candidate is Miss Scarlett Ann Slade Fields. Scarlett is the daughter of Leandra Fields, granddaughter of Richard Sequici and the late Sheila Sequici, Treva Fields, and L.S. Fields. She is a 4-year member of the fast pitch team, a 3-year member of FCA, a 2-year member of FCCLA, and is also a varsity cheerleader. Scarlett enjoys spending time with her grandpa, reading, discovering new music, and going to secondhand stores with her aunt. Escorting Scarlett is Ricky Wolf. Ricky is the son of Raymond and Lahoma Pettit. He is a 4-year member of the varsity football and academic teams. In his spare time, Ricky enjoys working on vehicles and earning money. Our slow pitch queen candidate is Miss Rayleigh Lynn Terrell. Rayleigh is the daughter of Daniel and Leah Terrell. She is the granddaughter of Greg and Joan Murphy and Kenneth and Linda Terrell. Throughout high school, she has been a member of the slow pitch, fast pitch, cheerleading, and basketball teams, as well as color guard. Rayleigh is also a member of FCCLA, FFA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the National Honor Society, and Gifted and Talented. Additionally, she is involved in the Art Club, the Book Club, the Native American Club, yearbook staff, and the academic team. She is the senior class president and the student council vice president. Rayleigh enjoys spending time outdoors, sewing, crafting, learning about history, listening to old music, and spending time with her grandparents, cousins, and aunties. She's also a member of the Cherokee Nation Tribal Youth Council, where she enjoys going to the conferences and spending time with her fellow counselors. Escorting Rayleigh is Michael Polecat. Michael is the son of Athena McCoy and Chris and Mandy Polecat. He's a 3-year member of the varsity football team and a 4-year member of the baseball team, a member of FCA. In his spare time, Michael enjoys video games, spending time with family and friends, and going to the gym. Our track queen candidate is Miss Carmen Rautenberg. Carmen is the daughter of Jerry and Michaela Gilbert. She is a 2-year member of the track team and FCA and a 4-year member of the wrestling team. Carmen enjoys spending time with family and friends, reading, and watching old movies. She plans on studying wildlife biology and becoming a wildlife technician. Escorting Carmen is Ledger Folsom. Ledger is the son of Robbie and Kim Folsom. He is a member of the track and football teams, FFA, National Honor Society, FCA, and attends youth services at Community Culture in Eufaula. In his spare time, Ledger enjoys hunting, fishing, eating dinner with his teammates after practice, spending his mom and dad's money, and hanging out with his crazy men. Our wrestling queen candidate is Miss Aubrey Cheyenne Gant. Aubrey is the daughter of Casey Gant and Shane Martin. She is a 4-year member of the wrestling and track teams. Aubrey enjoys wrestling, track, listening to music, long car rides, cooking and baking, and playing Fortnite with her little sister. She plans on becoming a criminal forensic psychologist. Escorting Aubrey is Garrett Hunt. Garrett is the son of Rusty and Victoria Hunt. He is a 4-year member of the varsity football and wrestling teams, where he was the state runner-up at the state wrestling tournament last year. He is also a member of FCA. In his spare time, Garrett enjoys fishing, hunting, and hanging out with friends. Our flower girl is Miss Addison Jade Sanders. Addison is the daughter of Stone and Sarah Sanders. She has 3 brothers, Dylan, Trace, and Bentley. She is 6 years old and is in Mrs. Keaton's kindergarten class. Addison plays t-ball and is looking forward to cheering and playing basketball next year. In her free time, Addison likes to play on her iPad. Some of her favorite things are the colors pink and blue, playing cheeseburgers, and watching The Grinch. When she grows up, Addison wants to be a doctor. Tonight's crown bearer is Reese Daniel Weir. Reese is the son of Dan and Jade Weir. He is 5 years old and is in Miss Moore's kindergarten class. Reese plays baseball, loves golfing, and will be wrestling this year. In his free time, he likes riding on the boat because it doesn't have ticks. His favorite things are the color blue, watching Spy Kids, and steak. When he grows up, he wants to be a safety man like his dad. At this time, we will crown our VHS Homecoming Queen. Our VHS Homecoming Queen is Miss Kaya Richardson. All the homecoming court would like to thank their organization for this honor. Thank you for attending Vian High School's homecoming coronation. Our queen and her court will now watch the Wolverines battle it out on the field against Atoka. Go Wolverines!
Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. It's Chevy Truck Month. It's time to see why Chevy is America's most dependable lineup of trucks. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Coach, you had a big game, homecoming, came away with a victory. First off, how did you guys feel after that win?
Oh, it was an awesome feeling. It was a very emotional back and forth game, and it felt really good to see these kids, continue to fight and find a way to win there in a tough situation.
It felt like Morris, every time that Atoka answered or you thought that you were going to pull away, it felt like Morris was somehow hanging on and answering every shot that you threw at him. Was there a specific moment or play in the game that you felt like turned the tide in your favor?
There were several throughout the game that kind of changed that momentum. And, we had, 3 interceptions on defense, and that were all big momentum swings. And, opening up the second half with a 4-play drive to score a touchdown was really big for us. Just a lot of guys making great individual plays and just continuing to play. And Morris, they're a young team too, and they're getting better and better. And they never quit either. So it made for a really exciting game.
Connor, I felt, was lights out. Had a lot of good plays, found the ball up the middle quite a bit, and the running game was special. Tell me about that offensive line and their progression through the course of that game alone.
Oh, at the beginning of the game, we were kind of like we have been throughout the year, just, one or two blocks away from really popping a run. And, they finally found it and started working really, really good together as a unit. And you can see the result when they do that. I mean, it was just really nice to see, especially, rushing for 300 yards is always awesome. So yeah, those guys just did a phenomenal job.
Were there any specific challenges during the game that, I don't know, you felt you were proud of overcoming, like as the course of the game went on?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the very end of the game, especially, defensively, we played a lot better defensively than what the score showed. It was, a few plays here and there that extended drives or maybe one person making a mistake at any given time that Morris capitalized on. But, they got that onside kick at the end and had all the momentum, and our defense stepped up and got a huge stop to seal the game. So I thought really that more than anything, but And you can go back to the first quarter, when they go down and score on the first drive.
Right.
We responded, and after we punted, our defense stepped up and made some really big plays to keep us in it early. And so really just those moments of resiliency and not letting one bad thing lead to another bad thing, I thought was really, really great to see.
Field position was a big factor in that game too. When you look at where Morris received the ball, started drives a lot of times in plus territory, put the defense into some positions with their backs against the wall. And how do you feel they handled that pressure?
I thought they handled it about as well as you can. Like you said, Morris really dominated the field position game, and that's something that we have to be better at. Because you can't make a living with them starting the ball in plus territory. But I thought our defense really stepped up in those situations, and like I said, the score doesn't necessarily show it, but they played pretty well. And really came up with some big stops and big momentum swings for us that gave us a chance to win.
Now, as a first-time head coach, how was this win in regards to shaping your confidence, or I guess your approach moving forward?
Yeah, it just kind of reinforced what we've been trying to build. And again, just going back to the resiliency of it, because there were several times when things didn't go our way the other night and the kids just kept fighting. And that's really all you can ask for, is for them to play as hard as they did and continue to respond to adverse situations. So I think it really provides a lot of momentum for these kids to grow on.
We were talking about the star of the game. We could have gone a multitude of different directions for that. We gave it to the offensive line, and rightfully so. I felt like they did an extraordinary job up front and kind of controlling that game, especially in the second half. Connor was lights out, and we had talked to you previously prior to the game, and we kind of asked about that starting quarterback position, and you, in your own words, said he may just give us a little bit better option in the running game against Morris, and it turned out to be that way.
Yeah, he did a great job and really, played to his strengths. He's a very talented and athletic kid, and again, just with the way the offensive line played, it gave both he and Wade, great opportunities to make big plays, and any level of football, it starts up front. When you play as well up front as our guys did, it's always going to give you a chance to be successful.
Now we've got Vian on the road this week, and Gary Willis does a phenomenal job with Vian. They've only got one loss on the year, and that was against Kiefer, a very good football team as well. But they've already played teams like Eufaula, Pecola, Spiro, Antlers, dominating performances in all of those. Kiefer, they only lost by one. What do we know about Vian going into this game?
They are as advertised. They're very, very senior loaded. They have nine seniors starting on offense and 8 starting on defense. And it's a tradition rich program. Those kids are very talented. You can tell that they have spent a lot of time working at it. They're big, they're strong, they're fast, they're physical, they play hard. And depending on what rankings list you look at, they're pretty much a consensus number 1 or number 2 in our class. And they do a phenomenal job there, and they've got some really good players.
Now, same thing, very big up front, Vian is. How do we plan on countering them size-wise, especially in the interior offensive line and defensive lines?
You've got to rely on your technique. You've got to play with a lower pad level than them, and you've you've got to attack their aggression with just as much or more aggression.
The wait is over. The lights are on. Tonight, the grind meets glory. Every hit, every yard, every moment. It is earned, not given. This place becomes our house, our field. This is Wampus Cat territory.
This is Atoka Wampus Cat football on KHKC. Video stream brought to you by Steubenville Ford. Today's game is also brought to you by Ameristate, All Prissied Up, C-Mac Dirtwork, and Brown's Funeral Service.
Long pass down the field. It's caught! 20-10 touchdown.
The Atoka Wampus Cats are sponsored by D&H Wholesale Tires, your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland, Genesis Abstract, and First Bank. Atoka Athletics is also brought to you by Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma, Hatter Boys Wrecker Services, your shelter insurance agent, Logan Daniel, and The Barber Shop.
In the ace formation, and they're going to sweep this one out. Looks like it's going to be a running back pass. He's wide open. It is caught at the 25-yard line. 10-5, touchdown.
Also sponsoring Wampus Cat Sports, Ritter Express Pharmacy, Shamrock Bank, Westside Dental, The RX Shop, and Custom Dental.
3rd down and 12 is what they've got on the board. And looking to go deep down the field, and it is caught! Wow! What a play by Malachi Brooks.
Peyton Pugh back to pass. He's looking deep for number 2, Prince Coleman.
Caught!
The pass is caught, and he is headed towards the end zone.
10, touchdown.
Now let's head to the field with the voices of your Atoka Wampus Cats, Kaylin Nagorski and Michael Gabbard.
Welcome in KHKC 1021 FM. This is The Brand. I'm Michael Gabbard alongside myself, Kaylin Nagorski. It is Friday Night Lights in Vian, and Atoka taking on a very, very talented Vian team here tonight. It is going to be an exciting game, at least for somebody, as we've got the news here in Vian. Kaylin, how have you been, man?
I've been fantastic. I'm excited to be here in Vian this evening, and we're ready to play some football.
Your pregame show today is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. Getting a little slow start here in tonight's broadcast as we were helping out with the homecoming festivities for Vian today. And now we've got our prayers. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, it will be game time here in Vian on KHKC 1021 FM.
There I was, driving through town when, bam, tire pops, keys lock themselves inside, and the truck slides halfway into a ditch. Lucky for me, I know a number, 364-4813, Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. They show up faster than a raccoon on a corn dog. Pull me out, fix my flat, pop the lock, and the price, life-saving. So when your ride goes kaplunk, call Hatter Boys at 364-4813, Hatter Boys Wrecker Service, turning roadside whoopsies into yeehaws.
AmeriState Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At AmeriState Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at AmeriStateBank.com. AmeriState Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Step into luxury. Step into All Prissied Up, downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed. Or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All Prissied Up, where elegance meets confidence.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
KHKC 1021 FM, this is The Brand. Michael Gabbard, Kaylin Nagorski. We are live in Vian for Atoka Wampus Cat football tonight as the Wampus Cats are taking on a very talented Vian team, Kaylin, and we'll get into our pregame information now as your pregame is brought to you by Texoma Chevy dealers. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard with more dependability awards for trucks than any other brand. J.D. Power 2025. You can visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. And Vian coming off of a big win last week against Antlers, another district foe. They actually stand right now number 1 in the district, and we're talking about by a fraction in front of Valiant at the current moment. Vian with 30 points in the district and a 2-0 record. Valiant coming in with 28 points in a 2-0 record in districts, as well as Henrietta sitting in that 3rd spot. Then you have Wilburton 1-1 as they took that loss last week, and Atoka sitting there right at the number 5 spot. So a little bit of hope right there as we head into district play. But, of course, you've got a very tough task, the number 2. I mean, it depends on really what the poll is that you're looking at. Vian's ranked number 1, number 2 in most of those polls. A very talented team, very deep on the interior. We talked about in our pregame show. This is going to be a very tough matchup for the Wampus Cats, and you really got to come out and hit somebody in the mouth early to have success.
Yeah, this is going to be a true test for the Wampus Cats tonight. As you said, Vian has a very senior-based team this year, very experienced, and going to be a good matchup.
Your video presentation for tonight's game is brought to you by Stuteville Ford in Atoka, and it is just about game time here in Vian. We've got 12 minutes on the clock, and Atoka is set to kick. Vian set to receive. If you're watching the video presentation on YouTube, we appreciate you tuning in. As Vian, you'll see in the purple jerseys and the I guess that is a deep yellow that they wear, almost close to a gold.
Kind of has that LSU vibe.
It really does. And that's the numbering, and, of course, the purple pants and purple helmets. So Atoka coming out with white jerseys, white pants, maroon numbers with gold trim. And again, I'm excited to see that gold come back into the jerseys this year as the kick is up. It is high, it is short, and caught at the 30-yard line as Vian heads opposite side of the field up to the 50, has space and one man to beat, and he is to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown for Mason Wright, the homecoming king himself, getting the first touch and the first touchdown for tonight's game. And Vian takes an early lead.
Yeah, Mason Wright returning that initial kickoff for a touchdown at the very beginning of this evening's matchup.
So a hot start here on the very first touch for Vian. This is a very talented team. They're very, very good at running the football. They've got some big uglies up front that paved the way in that running game. You saw it right there. And, of course, an amazing cut there by their lead running back Wright as he cut opposite field and took it for the distance. And that, as the kick, the extra point is up and in. 7-0 is the early lead here for Vian. And we'll take a quick commercial break. This is KHKC 1021 FM, The Brand.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Need your land cleared, leveled, or loaded up? Call CMAC Dirtwork Gravel Trucking and Land Management. They haul gravel, sand, filled dirt, fast and reliable, from dozer work to track hoeing and skid steer services. They've got the heavy equipment and know how to get the job done right. Call 239-2026 today. That's 239-2026. CMAC Dirtwork, digging in so you don't have to. CMAX is a proud sponsor of Atoka Wampus Cat Athletics.
Welcome back in KHKC 1021 FM. Early lead here for Vian, 7-0. The kick is up and out of bounds. Flags, good field position for Atoka to come out and start on their first offensive possession. And kind of a tough go there to open up the game on the kickoff, and a good start for Vian.
A very good start for Vian. Not quite the start that you were hoping for if you're an Atoka fan tonight, but as we talked about in the pregame show and here early on, this is going to be a test for the Wampus Cats. Vian, a very, very skilled led team. Ranked number 1 or number 2 early.
Well, luckily you've only got 14 seconds off the clock, so a chance to reset here as you will have your starting quarterback today. Connor Ritchie came out and had an amazing game last week. Was actually awarded Player of the Week through the new sponsorships of I believe it was Blackhawk and
4T Land Group.
4T Land Group, that's right. And which is separate from our broadcast star of the game, which actually varies for different reasons. It's not necessarily a player of the game. It's a star of the game, and I'll explain the reason behind that. But I thought those were two very valid picks. Huge game last week. Of course, the offensive line paved the way, and we felt. And so we'll see how that offense lines up here. It's 2nd down and 8 now with 11:07 on the clock. We're going to say handoff and stuck in the backfield. The defense swarming in. That time just getting swallowed up by Riley Ellis.
Yeah, number 50, Tyson Murphy with the Vian Wolverines on the tackle as well.
And so now a tough situation as you're in 3rd and 13 with 10:45 to go here in the first. And you're going to see Atoka surely go to the air right here, but that offensive line coming off of a big week last week, already seeing a little bit of struggle here against this the big man up front for the Vian defense. And you're going to see Ritchie under shotgun. And he's going to look to go deep down the field at the painted numbers of the 40, and it is almost intercepted, intended for the hands of Malachi Brooks, but instead the defense swatting it away, and now it's going to be 4th down and long.
Yeah, Vian playing pretty hard-nosed one-on-one defense here early. That was number 4, Michael Polkat, the 5'7" senior for Vian on the defensive coverage, as Connor Ritchie looking deep for Malachi, unable to come up with the grab.
And so we're actually going to see a 4th down. No, they've got a shotgun formation for a punt, and this one goes out of bounds past the 50, so it will stay in Vian territory, I believe, before. Actually, I guess it's really going to depend on the spot. I think they're going to have it at the 49, and they will. And so it'll still be great field position for Vian. Now, what we saw last week, we saw Morris having great field position in most of their drives, and that came off of a lot of scores last week. You can't really have that against a team like Vian. You don't want to start off on defense with your backs against the wall. You came off of a touchdown just moments ago, and now you're giving it at the 49-yard line. So we'll see what this defense can do to kind of correct that. So we will have 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun here, or a pistol set for the offense as Vian cuts it out left side to the painted numbers of the 50, down to the 40, 30, cuts around the edge and breaks one tackle and down at about the 11-yard line in a huge run, and now inside the red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, a large pickup for Vian there. That was number 8, Case Horton, on the tackle for the Atoka Wampus Cats.
And I believe on the run that was Fletcher.
Fletcher's got some speed.
Well, so far we've seen everyone from Vian have a little bit of speed, as you'll have in the backfield this time Wright. And they're going to hand it off to Wright. Cuts up off tackles, gets past 2 defenders, and an easy touchdown for Wright. And just like that, it's 13-0 Vian. And if you're watching the video presentation, you see the lights display that they have here, reminiscent of the OU games that I've seen over the last couple of years. I always like the light displays.
Very neat, very cool.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score, 14-0. Vian with the lead, and 9:57 still remaining in the first. We'll be right back.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we've got a kick here after the touchdown. Vian on a nice run by Wright. It is his second touchdown of the game. He had one on the kick return to start, and then the little 3-yard, or I guess that was a 7-yard touchdown run for Wright as well. So starting off the game with 2 touchdowns, and Atoka will get the football after the kick return at the 26.
So Atoka's offense still trying to gain their bearings here early in this first quarter as they begin their second offensive drive. After they kind of got a quick glimpse at Vian's defense, we'll see what they come out with right now.
You can't go into this drive thinking that you're already defeated, down 14-0 early. You have to come out with some urgency and make something happen with fierce competition. And Richie's going to do that up to about the 29-yard line. Had a great game last week. You know, obviously a lot of freshmen on this team. We've talked about it. This team is going to have a lot of growth in the next couple of years as they continue to blend together at the high school level. And Richie, a big part of that. He's a great athlete. He can run. He can throw. Gives you a big boost in the running game as well, and takes a little pressure off of the senior there at the running back position, who now is going to get the football and pushes his way up back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more for Wade McCall, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, right now Atoka is looking at a 3rd and 7 currently with the ball placed on the 28-yard line.
Again, Vian, a team last year that went to the state championship game, lost to the state champion as Davis. And now Richie cuts it up left side of the field to the painted numbers of the 30, maybe picks up a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Yeah, loses a tough game against Davis in the championship game. Looking to get some revenge this year. Both two teams, Davis and Vian, two really good programs. And it's weird, you know, for a few years, Vian, I don't remember them running a shotgun. You see them running in a shotgun or a pistol set this year. Didn't see a lot of that the last few years prior. And same thing with Davis. Seeing them running a shotgun formation is just mind-blowing. And now the punt return up to the 50, cuts back left side to the 40, has a lot of open room, and another touchdown on the way, this time in the punting game as Adolf Stahl will run it back for Pater.
Yeah, Adolf Stahl, a 155-pound, 5'9" junior for the Vian Wolverines, taking that one to the house.
All right, just tough. You got a kick return for a touchdown. You've got a punt return for a touchdown, and you've got a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, so 2 scores coming off of special teams, and I really feel that those minor mistakes can be corrected, but they're going to have to get them corrected quickly.
Vian elects to kick the extra point as the PTA. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is the same. 21-0 here in Vian. We'll keep it here at the current second. We won't elect to go to a break right now as there's only 8:26 to go here in the first quarter. Still a lot of ball game. You're down 21-0 right now. Some big plays. You haven't really moved the ball offensively right here. And a lot of that is the pressure that Vian is bringing up front. You haven't been able to get the run game established. How do you feel you kind of correct that coming into this next offensive series?
Well, you really need to focus on, trusting your keys and doing what you've been coached by Coach Ring and his assistants here. They knew that Vian was going to be a tough challenge. State final runner-up, and they're looking to make a return this year. So this is something that Atoka has taken into account, and they're really going to have to put their nose to the grindstone and get back in this football game.
Quick passes, when you talk about a freshman, you've got to have that pre-snap read ready to go, especially when you're talking about a freshman quarterback. You can have all the talent in the world, but the knowledge and that extra time behind the line and when a heavy rush is coming at you makes it very tough on a young mind. So for me, we're getting the ball out quick to the flats. I think Ring talked a little bit about that. When the run game is not working well, you try to hit the flats, the outsides, maybe some slant plays, something quick to get the ball out of Richie's hands and gives playmakers the ability to make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely. The play calling is going to have to be quick, and the execution is going to have to be even quicker here tonight.
So Atoka will get the football at the 30-yard line with 8:21 still to go here in the first quarter. It is 1st and 10 as the Wampus Cats trying to find some positive yardage here in the start of this ball game, and they're going to elect to go with McCall, who picks up a couple.
Wade McCall following his blockers well, met by a host of Wolverines on that carry. Picking up a gain of 2, giving Atoka a 2nd and 8. Ball currently placed on the 32-yard line. As Connor Ritchie receives the offensive play call from the sideline.
Like to run C-gap on the last. Try to keep it away from the middle. You got a man in motion and a flag on the play. Hey, the one thing I will say over the last couple of weeks, especially from second half of last game to so far in this one, we haven't seen a lot of flags.
No, and I think that they've keyed in on that during their film studies, is that don't beat yourself. Be prepared to follow your assignments and do as you were taught. Do as you were coached. Keep the penalties to a minimum.
Again, video stream brought to you by Steubenville Ford of Atoka. And it is a 2nd down and 13 for the Wampus Cat offense. You've got McCall in the backfield with Ritchie. 1 wide receiver set right, 2 to the left. And man in motion, and they're going to hand this one back up to McCall, and he is stuffed in the backfield.
Yeah, very impressive speed by the Vian Wolverines.
I mean, right at the snap, you had 3 Vian defensive linemen already in the backfield. We do have flags on the play, so we'll see if this goes against the offense. And they are going to call it against the offense. They're going to wave it off, and it's going to bring up a new down.
So Atoka is electing to stick to that unusual style of punting formation as to where they kind of line up in a particular what appears to the naked eye an offensive formation. But indeed, they are just taking the snap and immediately punting the ball.
So they're going to keep 6:56 on the clock. They're going to say it's still 3rd down and 13. And Connor will be the lone man in the backfield, man in motion for the offense, looking to throw quick, and it's a screen pass out to McCall, and he picks up positive yardage up to close to the 31. I think they're going to actually just spot this at the 30, but it's still going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I do
down.
I do have to apologize. I have a hard time viewing tonight's game, but I thought that was 4th down. My apologies to our viewers and listeners.
4th down and 10. Well, I did state that they were going to give the down, so that was probably my fault. 2 wide receivers set right and left. Here is the punt. It is high. It bounces, goes out of bounds close to the 50, and I think they're going to actually spot this, right at the 50-yard line. So, again, good field position here for Vian. We've seen a punt taken back for a touchdown. We've seen a kick return. We've seen a rushing touchdown so far. What can Vian do? What can this defense for Atoka do to slow them down?
Well, we know Vian is a very talented, very well put together offense that executes very well. Atoka is going to have to really contain the outside. They've got some speed, and if they're able to contain their backs there on the outside, that will give them a small chance to try and cause some disruption.
1st down and 10 with the ball placed at the 50. Your quarterback, Cash Trammell. In the backfield will be Wright. And Trammell looking to throw. Rolls out right side. The defense coming in. Pressure. Takes his time. Steps back and throws this one away. I do like that. He didn't feel a lot of pressure. Or he felt the pressure coming. He slowed down. He took his time to throw that one away. He didn't make any rash decisions, and it's just going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was a good look by Mason Wright. He rolled out to the right outside of the pocket and was reading his receivers. He didn't like what he was seeing, so he just elected to throw it away and live for another down.
That was a Trammell.
Trammell.
Yeah. It is hard to see. I mean, all the lights are off. So the ball will be placed on the left side hash. 6:01 still to go. 2nd down and 10 as Trammell takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who picks up about 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6.
Tegan Richardson with the Wampus Cats making the initial contact. Number 54, Chris Finley, coming in behind him to finish the tackle.
Tegan Richardson, he's the guy, we called his name on the offensive side a lot. He's been big defensively this season, has played very, very well across the board. And, of course, he's a senior and a guy I would like to see on the offensive side a little bit, maybe in the backfield, taking some pressure off of McCall occasionally. Loved seeing him in the offense last year. Shotgun. And it's going to be a screen out to the right side. And one-on-one, dragged out of bounds, close to the 1st down marker. Not quite, and it'll bring up 4th down and short.
Good hustle by number 9, Javen Keaton, I believe. I don't have 9 listed on my roster, but I do believe that is Keaton wearing the number 9 jersey. So Keaton doing a phenomenal job of containing that speed there to the outside perimeter, putting Vian in a 4th and short situation.
I can only assume with a 21-0 lead and in plus territory at a 4th down and 1, you're going to go for it.
Absolutely.
And they're going to have Wright in the backfield. Pistol set. Handoff, right, bounces off one tackle. And does he get it? He reached. There is flags on the field. We'll see if his knee was down. And they do have the ball short. And that is 4th down, but we'll see what the flag is.
That was a great defensive play by number 59, Keaton Rector.
If that is against the offense, then I would assume that the Wampus Cats would decline the penalty and take over with the ball with 1st down and 10. And that is what happened. So a great stop there by the Wampus Cats defensively on a 4th down in plus territory for Vian. And now they're going to get the ball back with great field position, spotted near the 41-yard line, and a chance to kind of turn the tide here on the offensive side.
Yeah, so that was a great stop by Atoka's defense, giving them the ability to try and shift some momentum on their side and make some positive gains here on 1st down.
Man in motion, and it's a handoff, and that time a nice little run on the jet sweep by Michael Miller, the sophomore, cuts up for close to about 5 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Michael Miller getting a touch on the football this evening, something that is a little bit new that I'm seeing from up here this evening.
Shotgun formation once again. 3 wide receivers set off to the left-hand side now. 2 to the right. Lone man in the backfield is Richie. Man in motion once again, and now we've got flags on the field. I think they might get Atoka for a little extra movement.
Well, and if indeed that is the case, I believe that, Atoka is trying their best to call some different play calls here early in this football game to try and give Vian a different look, maybe cause some confusion.
Well, you've got Tegan Richardson lined up to the right side. You can only assume that this is going to be a screen play, maybe, or I would assume to the left side, or maybe they're going to run one way. They just use them as a decoy, basically, at that point. And they cut up to about the 41. So not a lot of yardage on that one. 4:06 remaining in the first quarter. Vian, big lead here in the first, 21-0. 8 yards to go here for the Wampus Cats. It is 3rd down. You're going to have McCall and Richie in the backfield. Tegan Richardson will be lined up on the left-hand side near the line of scrimmage. 2-point stance, and now keeping it will be McCall, and the ball is on the ground. Who's got it? Vian's pointing their direction, and the officials confirm. So a turnover by the Wampus Cats, and again Vian takes over really where they left off in their last offensive drive in plus territory, and a chance at another scoring drive.
Yeah, Vian in plus territory here. I believe that was number 5, Amos Wright, the 6-foot freshman for the Vian Wolverines, coming up with that fumble recovery, giving them a 1st and 10 with the football placed on the 43-yard line.
So shotgun ball placed on the left side hash with 3:28 still to go. First quarter of action. Tight set here. Pistol set by the offense. And it's end round to the right side. Big pickup there for Folsom. And this one's going to the 10-5 and touchdown. Did I see flags? Yes, I do see flags. That's actually going to go against the offense, so they're going to wave off the touchdown. Boy, lucky break there for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, that was just a quick pitch there to Folsom as he headed towards the right sideline and began making his way there towards the end zone.
You know, we've talked about this a lot. You could literally call holding on every single play, but if you're going to do it, don't do it ball side.
No, I assure you, holding takes place every time. It just does. It's whether or not you're going to get caught.
So Vian will be looking at a 1st and 20 situation with 3:18 still to go here in the first. Three-man set in the backfield. Handoff and caught off tackle by the defense. Looked like McCall got in there with Richardson, and I believe there was one more in there, was there not?
Yeah, I wasn't able to come up with that third Atoka player to give him credit on that tackle.
53, Cade Glover got in on the tackle.
So right now, Atoka has Vian in a 2nd and long situation. Looking to keep them at bay.
Like Glover, another freshman for the Wampus Cats, playing that edge. And a run. And in the backfield, good defense there by the Wampus Cats. A slew of Wampus Cats in there. Chris Finley, who's had a couple of really good games, especially on that offensive line the last couple of weeks, getting in there and helping make the tackle.
Yeah, Finley's been doing a fantastic job on that defensive line, getting off his blocks, finding his way into the backfield.
There was multiple in on that tackle, too. I mean, they had Jay Smith in there and several other Wampus Cats. It was hard to get all those numbers and list those names, but it was a great play there by the defense. It is 3rd down and 20 for the offense of Vian. Looking to go deep down the middle of the field, and it is caught. Dodges off of one tackle to the 20, the 10, 5 touchdown. Huge play for Vian to go up another score. At that time, Folsom showing his speed. A punt return touchdown, a kick return touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown. The only thing they're lacking for the clean sweep on that is a defensive touchdown at the current moment.
Yeah, that was just a long yardage situation by Vian to catch their receiver running an inside post route right behind Atoka's linebackers and taking one to the house to put the score to 27-0 here in Vian, Oklahoma.
28-0. It is KHKC 1021 FM. We'll be right back.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
As we come back from the break, ball is caught at the 25 and hit at the 38. That was a big stick, but a nice run by number 19 of the offense, Gage Crenshaw, and Atoka will start off with the football near the 37.
So Atoka is going to be 1st and 10 with the ball placed on the 38-yard line as they bring their offense back out onto the field.
By the way, we want to give a shout-out to those that are watching the video stream at the current moment and our commenters on there. I see Kyle Reynolds. I see Kirk Keaton as always. Adam Rushin. I am nobody. Welcome into the broadcast. Handoff up the middle and is stuffed at the 35. So a loss on the play with 1:28 still to go here in the first quarter. And Vian, a very big lead here early on, 28-0.
Yeah, that was Garrett Hunt, the 6'1", 250-pound senior for Vian, making the tackle there.
They're going to go an empty set. 3 wide receivers set off to the right. To the right, 2 to the left. Connor Ritchie, lone man in the backfield looking to throw. And it is out of the hands. McCall trying to turn around before he actually brought the ball in. And it's an incomplete pass and brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and as McCall turned around, he knew that there was pressure right behind him, and I think that's why he kind of bobbled that catch, leading to an incompletion there. Something that you don't normally see by Wade, but, not uncommon.
Under a minute to go, 3rd and 12. Shotgun formation once again. The defense creeping up, and now Connor Ritchie will look to the sidelines to get the call change as he initiates the change at the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation stays the same. Looking to pass once again. Quick down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. Wow. That was a very nice interception. I thought he was down, but obviously made the great play, and the ball shifts hands.
His knee very close to the ground, but yet again, number 2, Mason Wright, coming up with that interception, giving the football back to Vian. Still the first quarter here in Vian, 28-0.
Well, we want to give a shout out to Vian Public Schools. We know we shared the broadcast to the school for the homecoming, and for those that may still be on the broadcast and watching, we appreciate you tuning in. Handoff. Defenses look pretty solid here in the later portion of this first quarter, you have to say. They've made some big stops up the middle. The defensive line seems like they're putting in a lot of work tonight.
Yeah, and they are. And I noticed that number 29, Jay Smith, out there giving it his best shot there for Atoka's defense, getting in on the tackle.
You look at some of those holes that Vian was able to create early on in the first quarter. Here in this first quarter, as we haven't ended the first quarter yet. It's been a long first. But they seem to have closed up some of those holes on the interior anyway on that defensive line for the Wampus Cats. Handoff, off tackle, and swallowed up once again. And a slew of Wampus Cat defenders in the backfield also, as you had number 27 in there. Brody Conyers done a great job, and several others. And that is the end of the first quarter as Vian has the lead 28-0, and we will be right back here on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Welcome in to KHKC 102.1 FM. It's the second quarter here in Vian as the this Vian team is extremely good. They've got a 28-0 lead. And Atoka trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, very high-powered offense here by Vian, led by Coach Gary Willis. Gary Willis doing a great job with Vian High School athletics here.
And as we switch sides, Vian will have it at the 30. Up the middle, big run. Look at the speed. No one's going to catch him as he cuts from the middle to the right towards that painted numbers of the 10-yard line. And a big run there for the offense once again, and another score.
Number 3, Drayton Fletcher, the 5'7", 165-pound senior, putting 6 on the board for Vian. Number 13, Malachi Brooks, was on the coverage for Atoka.
Yeah. 35-0 after the PAT success. And my question is, does Vian run track? Surely they've got a couple of state champions on the track team. Surely they would have to. I mean, you talk about speed across the board.
A lot of speed in different key positions here on this offense, and we've seen it.
We've seen
here
it
early tonight.
We've seen it from multiple running backs. We've seen it from the wide receiver position. We've seen it from the defensive backs all over the field. This is one of the reasons why, obviously, Vian went to the state championship last year, and why they are ranked number 2 or number 1, at least in one of the polls in the state of Oklahoma on the season. They're only lost to Kiefer, and that was a close one. It was 29-30, I believe. A very close football game. Kiefer, another really good team, almost beat a Kingston squad, which, by the way, is ranked in class as well. So Kiefer, not a bad-looking team for a 3-2 team on the season. And Vian really since then has dominated every single one of their opponents, and right now they've got a 35-0 lead against the Wampus Cats with just 11:51 still to go here in the first half. And
so that kickoff being blown dead by the officials.
Falling on it was Roper Rector, and they're going to do a re-kick. Sure, everybody in Atoka is excited about the OU Texas weekend traffic on 69-75.
You betcha.
It's been absolutely fantastic. All the Texans have figured out all the back roads in Atoka, which is amazing as well. Can't get anywhere. Luckily, that will be over at least for a few hours on a Saturday afternoon until the traffic starts making their way back in. We'll find out. We'll talk about some of the college matchups and also some of the other 2A district games that are going on across 2A2. And the ball is out on the ground at the 43-yard line. I'm not sure who fell on it, but it looks like Vian thinks they have it. And Atoka came down with it. Close call there. Canyon White coming out, the senior, with the football in hand. And so Atoka will start off. I think they're going to spot this at the 42.
Yeah, Cannon White jumping on that loose football. Malachi is doing a great job on that return. Looking pretty shifty out there. Dodging defenders, making his way upfield.
Talking about some games going on in the district. Wolverton's on top of Spiro right now, 20-0. And, of course, Morris and Antlers have started, but no score update at the current moment. And a run picks up a couple of yards, maybe, for Connor Ritchie. And bring up second down.
Number 50, Tyson Murphy of the Vian Wolverines on the tackle. You know, I want to go back to a comment that you made earlier, Mike. You mentioned about Tegan Richardson getting more involved in the offensive side of the ball, potentially moving him to that fullback spot or giving him a better look in that tight end position. I think that could very well be a potential key to gain some success.
You're going to throw this screen out. Oh, no. McCall drops the pass again. That is definitely one he would have wanted back because he had a little bit of room at least to cut up for a first down, and instead it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Wade McCall just not able to bring that one down to gain positive yards for the Wampus Cats here with 10:49 to play here in the second quarter in Vian, Oklahoma. So Connor Ritchie in the shotgun set. 3 wide receivers out to the right with a man in motion.
That is Malachi Brooks, and they're going to try to get it out to him, and he has a little space, breaks off 2 tackles, spins her off another one. That's what you want to see. You got to find a way to get the ball into Malachi Brooks' hands. He is definitely one of the best wide receivers in the state with the ball in his hands, going up for the deep ball and even in space.
I got to agree with you there, Brian. Malachi is a very talented wide receiver, very key player here for this Atoka offense.
And another shotgun. They're going to hand off to Malachi in the backfield on the jet sweep, and it is brought down in the backfield for a loss and a 4th down.
Riley Ellis with the buy-in saying, no, sir, not tonight.
And so Atoka will probably try to punt this, being in their own territory at the moment. Ball is at the 44-yard line, and that gives us a chance to talk about our halftime show. Stick around for it, as your halftime show, as always, is brought to you by Lucinda Holland, who's a farmer's agent serving our community. She's always just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. 35-0, 10-16 still to go here in the first half. Vian with the football at the 44-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Cuts off 1 tackle and is brought down. That was a good tackle by Javen Keaton, as he would not give up on that. Drug him down by the jersey. I thought maybe there might have been a little bit of face mask between one of the 2 players.
I didn't see any face mask, but I did see a good defensive play by Javen Keaton. He did a good job there containing Vian, as they do pick up 5 yards on their.
Ooh, I think Javen Keaton did get him on the face mask. Going back and looking at that play, and I would love to show you if I could figure out how to do it again. Shotgun formation. And handoff left side, bounces the outside to the 30 and down at the 27. Another big run and a first down. We'll move the chains. 9:27 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, the athleticism of Mason Wright is really impressing.
We'll bring up first down and 10. Valiant right now on top of Henrietta, 19-0. That does some favors for a few in the district. Very close between the 2 here in the early goings of district play. Valiant and Vian once again. Number 2 and number 4 in most of the polls in the state of Oklahoma. Handoff up the middle, picks up positive yardage, and it'll bring up a second down and short scenario as Vian inching their way to that red zone.
Yeah, Vian consistently driving here on this offensive possession. Vian with a 2nd and 4 currently, with the ball placed on the 21-yard line.
Wright bringing the play in here for Vian. And we'll meet in the backfield with Trammell. 1 wide receiver set left and right. Very tight formation. Wide open, nowhere, and no one in the end zone. And the touchdown by Ledger Folsom is good.
Yeah, that's just going to be a miscommunication there on the Wampus Cat defense as they let Vian slip by with a man wide open for the touchdown.
No one in the backfield for the Wampus Cats. Blown coverage. Unless they were sending everyone deep. We'll go back and look at that here in just a second. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back here on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the 3rd generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Way less dramatic.
Welcome back. 42-0 is our score in Vian. And Vian set to kick. Tough halftime for the Wampus Cats against a very good Vian team, as this one will roll out of bounds. And the Wampus Cats will get it with good field position.
Hey, Gage Crenshaw back deep, Billy Bray, Malachi Brooks. All on the kickoff return team for Atoka.
And down 42-0. This isn't one of those moments, especially with a young team that you beat your head at. You look at the positives that are taking place. Atoka's protected well, or better at least in the second quarter, I felt, versus the opening few series that they had offensively in regard to pass protection. Just a couple of bobbles here and there, I believe, and trying to find a way to get the running game going. Positivity. Got to look at the positive here for the Wampus Cats as they throw into Malachi Brooks, and that's a weird pass that goes in and out of the hands. And it looks like there's a little pushing and shoving between the two.
Some friendly conversation taking place after the play there. Malachi probably a little bit frustrated at the moment.
So 5:15 remaining. And it'll be a quarterback keeper, Ritchie, up to the 50-yard line and pushed out of bounds. Big pickup for a first down, and Ritchie moves the chains.
Big yardage pickup for Connor. He was being tracked down by none other than number 2, Mason Wright of Vian, getting him out of bounds at the 47-yard line as Atoka moves into positive yardage territory.
It will be a first down and 10 here for Ritchie. McCall in the backfield, 2 wides set left, 2 set right, and the pass is a short turnaround and a nice little catch by the senior, Richardson.
Richardson picking up 4 yards on that pass and catch.
Second down, 6. Ball is at the 43.
So Atoka making positive gains, moving the football.
Shotgun formation once again. Looking to throw. And it's short of the intended wide receiver that was in the vicinity of Michael Miller. And now Atoka has got a player down on the field.
Yes, as Connor dropped back into the pocket, he took a pretty good lick in the backfield. He's slow to get up at the moment. Hoping that young man is okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to see if I can find that play real quick. See what happened. We'll find out in just a second.
So as it sits at the moment, Atoka currently has a player down on the field. Your score 42-0, Vian on top with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to play here in this first half. As we give the coaching staff a moment to evaluate the injured player down on the field.
Shotgun
Take a
formation
look
once
at
again.
this.
Looking to throw. Didn't really see anything there. I guess I should probably turn off the audio from that replay because you can probably hear the replay back. Couldn't really see what happened, how he got hit, but nonetheless, he's down, and that will probably bring in Barton, I would assume.
Yeah.
Ryan Barton, very capable, started the season as the starting quarterback.
Yeah, very good passer. His passing game's very strong. Ryan did begin the season as the starting quarterback for the Atoka Wampus Cats, as Michael just said.
And they're going to hand it off to Malachi Brooks, who dodges off one tackle, bounces off another, tries to cut back field, but just nowhere to go. You've got Vian defenders all over the place, and a little extracurricular activity once again. And Malachi, they're going to have to pull him off. He is obviously angry. I don't think that was intentional. I think Malachi probably thought it was, but I believe that number 11 was just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, and it's easy to get aggravated in games like these. But it's best as if, as a player to try and contain your emotions and, keep your composure and, play the best game that you can.
Malachi will head to the sidelines for a play. McCall in the backfield. Timothy Wingo as well. Set to punt this one away, and it is a high punt. Caught at the 30-yard line, spinning off two tackles. Richardson couldn't get the initial one, and finally down at about the 36-yard line. Might call that the 37.
That was Braylon Granger, the freshman for Atoka, making the tackle there on Vian. So Vian with the football, 1st and 10. Ball is going to be placed on the 37-yard line. The minute 38 here at Wolverine Stadium. As Michael mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it's homecoming for Vian this evening.
Yeah, big lead, 42-0, 1:24 remaining here in the first half. And again, stick around for the halftime show. We'll talk about what transpired here early on, and handoff, off tackle, cuts up, good blocking up front, good vision up to the 45, and a nice run that time by number 3, Fletcher, who's really kind of done a lot of really good things here in this game.
Yeah, he has. Number 59, Keaton Rector, there on the tackle for the Wampus Cats, as well as Chris Finley.
And another handoff, caught in the backfield, coming in and making a nice hit. Number 59 of the defense. And that is Keaton Rector. Came in with a little bit of force, had a little help as well. Now Rector will come out, and checking back into the game will be Roper Rector. Shotgun. Looking to pass, going deep down the field, has a man open. 5, touchdown. Beautiful pass, great separation in the secondary, and a touchdown by Vian.
Long yardage catch there by Vian, making another score here.
$48-0. And that will take us into halftime. As the PAT, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good as well. 49-0 as we head into our halftime show. Again, brought to you by Lucinda Holland, Farmer's Agent. We'll be back here in just a minute on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
Downtown Atoka just got a little bit cooler. Welcome to the Barber Shop. We're talking crisp fades, sharp cuts, and hot towel shaves that just hit different. Need a break? Grab a seat and enjoy a complimentary beverage while you relax. For men, for women, for anyone who wants to look fresh, this is your spot. The Barbershop, downtown Atoka. Now that's cuts served neat.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
and that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
Step into luxury. Step into all prissied up. Downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed. Or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All prissied up, where elegance meets confidence.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the third generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Amir State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Amir State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Amir State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome into halftime here on KHKC 102.1 FM. It is 49-0 at the break, and at the current moment, we've got the Atoka Wampus Cats band out on the field here if you're watching the live feed. And so far, Kaylin, Vian kind of dominated on every aspect of tonight's game, from special teams, defense, to offense. And we'll talk about that coming up here in a few minutes. I do want to take a look and step aside at some of our scores across 2A2 at the current moment. Big game between Kansas and Adair here today as the number 1 ranked team. And depending on which poll you're looking at, is up 50-2 at halftime against Kansas. Also, Davis right now up big against Tishomingo 20-7 before halftime. Also, Holdenville and Beggs squaring off. Holdenville, the number 3 ranked team, depending on the poll once again, tied at 20.
Yeah, they got a football game on their hands.
Close one there at Beggs for Holdenville and Beggs. Morris, Antlers playing right now. Antlers on top of Morris 13-0. Valiant on top of Henrietta 19-0. Vian obviously 49-0 here at their home field. Keys and Salina playing tonight 29-12. Spiro, Wilburton playing. Wilburton up big 27-0 against Spiro. What about the job that Wilburton has done this year?
Man, it's just a fantastic turnaround. You love to see, Wilburton making positive gains, in a program that has struggled in the past. And, man, they have really turned a 360 and just playing phenomenal football this year. My hat's off to them.
Maybe one of the best running backs in the state. I mean, Atoka struggled, and I've seen other video on Wilburton this year. It's hard to bring their running back down. And they're 4-1 on the year. They took that loss against Henrietta 32-14, but you're winning right now, and you have a chance to win and go 5-1 on the season, and especially 3-1 or 2-1 in district play. You haven't won 5 games in 5 years, and you've got 5 wins already this season. You're halfway through.
Yeah, like you said, their running back is a big physical runner. He's hard to bring down. But, man, just the changes that coaching staff has made with the availability of the players that they're able to pull down in the Wilburton area, playing good football this year, playing real good football.
Colgate at home against Community Christian. And believe it or not, Community Christian is where Brent Venable's daughter plays basketball at. But Colgate is ahead right now, 12-3 at the current moment. And that's just some of our scores around 2A2 at the current second, as we'll get you an update on some of those as well. Vian coming into this game 4-1 on the year, again ranked number 2. Great head coach Gary Willis has done a fantastic job with this team. They had a big win against Eufaula. They lost against Kiefer in game 2, a very close, tight loss that maybe they should have won. 30-29. I heard stories about that game and how Vian probably should have pulled that out. Unable to. Doesn't matter. Came out with a loss. And then they come out and play Picola, Spiro, and just dominate in those performances as well against Antlers, leading right now in districts as they are in first place by 2 points. And Valiant right now has an opportunity to go up and maybe curve that? No, not so fast, because there's only a 15-point margin that you get per game. And right now, Vian obviously meeting that standard with 49 points scored here against the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, it's been an impressive first half by the Vian Wolverines. Atoka struggling to get their offense going, defense going as well, but nonetheless making very positive gains. You know, this is a learning experience. I can remember years and years ago when we were playing the elite of Davis and Sulphur. We've been in football games like this before, and it's good for this young team that we have to experience this caliber of talent going forward in their high school career, to learn from this and grow.
Yeah, you look at District 2A24, which is the district that Atoka currently sits in. It is not an easy district whatsoever. You got Vian in the district, who is arguably probably the best team in 2A2. And not just in the district itself, but in the entire state in class of 2A2. Then you've got Valiant, another team that is ranked highly regarded and ranked 4th in the state as well. And then you've got a team like Henrietta that's had a lot of success. They've had a lot of winning over the last couple of years, sitting in that 3 spot. And then Wilburton just kind of comes out of nowhere this year and has really shown out as well. So the district right now looks really, really tough. And it is unfortunate with teams like Atoka, Morris, Antlers, Spiro that have struggled this season. You know, you hope Atoka can bounce back next week against a really good team in Valiant. You still have half a quarter to play here in Vian, but there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up.
There is a lot of things that can be cleaned up, but the most encouraging thing that I believe that we could do here in this second half is to continue to play like you want it. Play tough football. You know, don't give up. Continue to progress and do as you have been coached.
We've got about 8 minutes before we start the next quarter, our third quarter of action. We'll take a quick commercial break. It is KHKC 102.1 FM live for Atoka Wampus Cat football. We'll be back in just a minute.
There I was, driving through town when, bam, tire pops, keys lock themselves inside, and the truck slides halfway into a ditch. Lucky for me, I know a number, 364-4813, Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. They show up faster than a raccoon on a corn dog. Pull me out, fix my flat, pop the luck, and the price, life-saving. So when your ride goes kaplunk, call Hatter Boys at 364-4813. Hatter Boys Wrecker Service, turning roadside whoopsies into yeehaws.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Step into luxury. Step into all prissied up, downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed, or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All prissied up, where elegance meets confidence.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
My name is Judy Wheeler. I had a tooth pulled, and I didn't realize how valuable that tooth was till I couldn't chew on that side anymore. And Dr. Holcomb pulled that tooth for me, and then a short time later, I came back to work with the lady on the financing. There was no stress, there was no pressure, there was no anything. It's just this is what's available, and y'all can work it out the way that works for you. And we were able to work out a plan that everything just went like clockwork. Now I can chew again on that side.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
and that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
Welcome back into Vian, Oklahoma. Michael Gabbard, Kaylin Nagorski, halftime. And it is a real stinker in Vian, 49-0 at the current moment. Still half of the game to go, Kaylin, and a lot of positives in regards to Atoka and what they've been able to do defensively against this very run-heavy, very talented, very fast Vian offense. And regardless of the score right now, when you start looking at all the freshmen across the board, the size of Vian up front, and what the defensive line has been able to accomplish through at least the majority of that first half, I don't care what the score is, okay? I'm talking about what the defense was able to do up front. There was a ton of positives in the beginning of that game, but what does Atoka have to do to kind of clean things up a little bit and maybe try to get some points on against Vian?
So I really think defensively for Atoka, they're going to have to continue to try and contain the outside perimeter. It really seems as if Vian shoots to get their speed to the outside. And, that's just something that our defensive backs are going to have to be ready for and anticipate. Now, I have seen a very good showing of our defensive line, regardless of the score. I don't care what the score is. Our boys up front on the defensive line have been playing tough. That just continue to play and play for pride.
We talk, taking the score out of that. In the second half, you're going to have a chance to see the B team against Vian. So that is your opportunity to come out and maybe try to put some points up, maybe try to get back into this ball game, because Vian's going to come in thinking right now it's 49-0. They got it in the bag, and here comes the B team, and you keep your A team out on the field possibly. We don't know how Connor Ritchie was, considering Ryan Barton came into the game. What the status of that is, we'll find out here, I guess, after the start of the third quarter itself. But there is a lot of factors, I think, being able to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick is going to be key coming into this second half.
Yeah, the speed of this Vian defense is nothing to take lightly, as we've already, encountered here this evening. But going into the second half, Atoka has a lot of positive things to play for, and they're going to continue to come out and do the best possible job that they can.
I'm not going to lie, that was pretty cool. Halftime show by Vian. They had their band out there. They had alum cheerleaders, I'm assuming, and alum band members come out onto the field and play instruments. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's exciting to see, past graduates get involved with the community and be present here at homecoming for Vian this evening.
Now, I probably would have been the cheerleader, but Kayla, you would have been out on the football field if you were the alum in there. And how do you think you would have fared against this Vian team?
Well, it was like I was saying here a while back. In my days as a Wampus Cat, we play tough games like Atoka is facing this evening.
You just said it, though. Back in my day.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the truth. It's the truth. But, no, in all seriousness, I can remember playing Davis and Sulphur, and those guys were explosive. They were, had a lot of talented football players. They went to the state championships. They were the big dogs back then.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. So you think you would have fared pretty well against Vian?
No, I would have got rolled up like a burrito. No sense of pretending.
Oh, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You played a little wide receiver. You played a little defensive back in the day.
Yeah. I got to bounce around a little bit. They had me at corner, linebacker, was running back my senior year. I really enjoyed playing high school football. Just the camaraderie that you build with people and the memories that you build. Because you spend a lot of time together. I mean, it's a brotherhood, man. It's a family. And you put in a lot of hard practices and days in the weight room preparing for the season. And sometimes you just get the season that you just didn't expect.
Still got about a minute. We will take one more break. Then we'll get back to action here in the third quarter. It is KHKC 102.1 FM live in Vian.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the third generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
There I am, late for dinner, hair's frizzing, when my car decided it's auditioning for Fast and the Not So Furious. But then I dial 364-4813 for Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. Rescue squad arrives, big smiles, and prices that don't require a credit card meltdown. They handle lockouts, flat tires, pullouts, you name it. Basically roadside superheroes minus the capes. So if your car's acting dramatic, call 364-4813, Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. They can't fix my hair, but they make towing my vehicle way less dramatic.
If you were watching that ad, Kaylin, the Corvette and the Camaro were both mine. So just wanted to throw that out there. KHKC, they were both broke down, unfortunately. That's the reason why they were on tow trucks. 12 minutes remaining here as we just get our third quarter started. In Vian on top 49-0. Come on, give me some love, man.
I'll give Hatter Boys Wreckers some love for doing the hard work of putting those cars back to where they belong.
You gotta love Tyler and his crew over there at Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. Pretty funny ad, I will say.
Yeah, the ad's fantastic, but the service is even better. Tyler does a really good job.
Yes,
we all appreciate him being available to help us out when we're broke down.
12 minutes on the clock here for our third quarter, and Vian set to kick this one off as they receive to start the beginning of the game. And Atoka will get a chance to try to correct this 49-0 deficit on the road and try to get back in. As again, we said this, 49-0. You're probably going to see the B team out there here to start the second half, so that's your opportunity right there to try to create some points. And the kick is received at the 20-yard line, cuts upfield to the 40, close to the 40, the 39, and that is where Atoka will start off on offense.
Gage Crenshaw receiving the kickoff for Atoka.
34. Does that say 39?
As long as it wasn't 6'7".
6'7"? A lot of parents right now are literally beating their head trying to figure out what that even means.
Correct. Myself included.
It means absolutely nothing.
Well, I've been instructed not to say that.
I am in the know of today's slang because I am hip and cool, Kaylin. You know this. Handoff up the middle. And some positive yardage as McCall will take the handoff. Bring up second down. They're going to give them 2 yards on the gain.
So I haven't received any news from the sideline on the injury report from Connor Ritchie, but right now, number 18, Ryan Barton, with the pass incomplete. Ryan Barton is your starting quarterback for the second half for the Wampus Cats.
He threw that down the middle on a rope, and unfortunately went through Michael Miller's hands, but that could have been a big pickup had it been caught. And now Ryan Barton is coming out of the gates swinging with his arm. 3rd down and 8, however, with 9:57 remaining in the third quarter. And the Wampus Cats set up with 3 wide to the left. I'm surprised they didn't get called for offsides on that play. Well thrown, and flags out towards the 50.
Yeah, Barton looking for his receiver downfield, number 8, Case Horton. Could potentially get a pass interference call here by the referees. Don't know that for certain.
Well, I tell you what, that bearded ref down there threw that thing about as far as you could throw a flag, like it was a shot put. I mean, he was over at the other 40 and threw it all the way to the 50-yard line on the opposite side. Someone sign him up.
So Atoka is going to get the penalty in their favor on that last play, moving the football to a 1st and 10. Ball placed on the 46-yard line. Ryan Barton, shotgun formation.
3 wide, set left, and it is a pass caught by Miller up to the 50, down to the 40, 30, has space, 10, 5, touchdown. Michael Miller. Big play, no flags on the field, and I believe that touchdown will stand.
Yeah, fantastic run play by Michael Miller, making the reception for the Wampus Cats.
Beautifully done. And Atoka puts up 6 points off the pass and catch from Ryan Barton coming in. And a chance. Are they going to go for a 2-point play here? Let's go back and take a look at that play.
Caught
Here is the
by
catch.
Miller up to the 50,
Breaks
down to
off
the
one
40,
tackle,
30,
breaks off the
has
second.
space, 10,
to the 20,
5,
open
touchdown.
space.
Michael
Beautifully
Miller.
done. Pass and catch, and a touchdown by the Wampus Cats. And the kick for the extra PAT, if you will, is up, and it is good. The Wampus Cats get on the board for the first time tonight. 49-7 is our score. We'll be right back here on KHKC.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
and that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
Welcome back in, KHKC. Big touchdown, pass and catch. Ryan Barden into Michael Miller and take it the distance. And now Atoka's set to kick off after a touchdown anyway for the first time tonight, as our score is 49-7. And they will kick it off to the very talented Vian offense. As the kick is up, it is high, caught at the 28, bobbled, bounces. Atoka falls on it. Vian picks it back up, and we'll start with the football at the 34.
Yeah, Atoka coming out in the second half, putting 7 points on the board and beginning to try and close this gap here tonight.
Again, it's 49-7. 5:39 remaining in the third quarter. This quarter has gone by very quick.
Indeed it has.
And Vian will have it. No second team. They've got their starting quarterback out on the field. Handoff. Looks like they've changed running back. As taking the handoff that time was Amos Wright.
Amos Wright, a 6 foot, 175-pound freshman for Vian. Getting to carry the ball a little bit.
Shotgun or a pistol set once again. Wright, another handoff, goes off tackle. Michael Miller in on the tackle along with Wade McCall. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. As the ball moves over close side here to the press box. Left side of the field. Pistol set once again. And the handoff, Wright cuts it left side, bounces to the 40, and goes out of bounds close to the 47.
Yeah, number 10, Timothy Wingo, running him down on defense with the help of Brody Kennard. Brody Kennard.
Is it Kynyard? I think it's Kynyard, isn't it?
I have to admit, I don't know the correct pronunciation of his name, so if I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize.
Mom and Dad, we did get 2 different pronunciations for that name, just FYI. And we're halfway through the season, so it's maybe somebody will post in there the proper pronunciation just to make sure. Okay. Kinder. All right. Nice setup for the very beginning of the season, too. Handoff. Right side of the field. Cuts it close to the 50-yard line in the painted numbers. Down at the 49.
You know, again, there was number 54, Chris Finley, on the tackle for the Wampus Cats. Finley getting his name called a lot here tonight in Vian for the great job and the effort that he's putting out on defense. As Vian comes to the line of scrimmage with a 2nd and 8, as it is going to be a handoff to number 9, Carter Madsen, as Madsen picks up 4 on the game.
Caleb, take over for just a second.
I'd be honored. So here in Vian with 2:13 to play, Your score 49-7, Vian on top. As they are currently driving on offense, as the snap was bobbled by the running back. So that is going to bring Vian to a 4th and 6.
Yes, 4th down and 6 with 1:37 on the clock. The ball will be placed at the 49-yard line, in plus territory for Vian. Pistol set once again. Offense looking to punt. It is high, it is short, and it is out of bounds. Maybe 5 yards on the punt. And Atoka will get the football with good field position.
Yeah, Cash Trammell giving it his best effort, just slipped off the end of his foot. But giving Atoka pretty decent field position to begin their offensive drive.
Now you've seen offensively they've got some changes. When I said Vian's got some changes with their second team. You probably will see that defensively here with a 49-7. You were able to score 7 on the last drive. This is your opportunity here. 41 seconds still to go in the game, but you want to get some sort of quick score because, again, running clock right now, you don't really have the time that you would like.
Yeah, and as a Wampus Cat, any points that we can put on the board here tonight before time expires is always a positive thing.
Hand off this time. McCall cuts up left side to the painted numbers of the 50. Bounces and dives out for extra yardage to about the 46. And I think they're going to spot that just a bit shy of that 46-yard marker. And it's going to bring up 2nd down. I think he got enough for the 1st down. And with that will bring an end to the 4th quarter of action. We'll take a quick commercial break in your video presentation brought to you by Studeville Ford. Our score, 49-7 here in Vian.
There I was, driving through town when, bam, tire pops, keys lock themselves inside, and the truck slides halfway into a ditch. Lucky for me, I know a number, 364-4813. Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. They show up faster than a raccoon on a corn dog. Pull me out, fix my flat, pop the luck, and the price, life-saving. So when your ride goes kaplunk, call Hatter Boys at 364-4813. Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. Turning roadside whoopsies into yeehaws.
Need your land cleared, leveled, or loaded up? Call CMAC Dirtwork Gravel Trucking and Land Management. They haul gravel, sand, filled dirt, fast and reliable, from dozer work to track hoeing and skid steer services. They've got the heavy equipment and know how to get the job done right. Call 239-2026 today. That's 239-2026. CMAC Dirtwork, digging in so you don't have to. CMAX is a proud sponsor of Atoka Wampus Cat Athletics.
Welcome back into Vian. Our score 49-7 with under 12 minutes to go in the game. During the break, pass to the left side of the field, incomplete for 2nd down and 10 now for this Wampus Cat offense as they have the ball spotted at the 46-yard line. And it is on the left side hash. 2 wide receivers set off to the right, 1 to the left. 4th quarter. And handoff up the middle and a nice run that time by number 19, Gage Crenshaw, the freshman, picking up nice yardage there on 2nd down.
Yeah, it's good to see some different ball carriers, getting the kids, some different looks at some different positions. And that's always a positive thing going forward in, your high school career is getting a different view of the action here.
So we'll have 3rd down and 3. It is 3rd down and manageable for the offense. As a 4-man front there by the Vian defense. Handoff, strong run again by Crenshaw. I like the way that he lowers the boom down there. Just a freshman once again. And it looks tough and picks up a Wampus Cat 1st down.
Yeah, he carries the ball well. He keeps it up and puts down some rushing yards. You're liable to see Coach Ring start intermittently swapping running backs, which would be a good thing for Wade McCall to get, to give Wade a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, two-way player, constantly out on the field. He gets wore down as the season goes on. And Crenshaw, another handoff, strong run, bounces off 2 tackles. Making the initial tackle, though, was number 24, Ricky Wolf, and picks up positive yardage for a second down. So it is second down and 5, they say, with 9:24 still to go in the fourth quarter. Shotgun. Barton looks to throw once again, goes outside, caught, and that is in for a touchdown. Did they call him out of bounds? I think they did. Nice play, nice throw and catch from Barton into Javen Keaton. And, boy, I thought he had the touchdown.
He sure was fighting for it. Fantastic job by Javen Keaton. Keaton looking good on that reception. Ran a solid 10 and out.
And so it is first down and goal for the Wampus Cats, looking for their second score of the game, led by Barton, who has played very well here since coming in for Connor Ritchie. Again, when we talk about the quarterbacks, to me, Ryan Barton does throw a very pretty pass, a very pretty football, and Connor Ritchie a little bit stronger in the legs, if you will. Both of them can throw, obviously. 2 different elements to the offense.
Yeah,
the handoff, that is going to be a touchdown. Boy, I really like the running there by the freshman Gage Crenshaw.
Yeah, Crenshaw sharing the duties with Wade McCall as he carries the ball into the end zone, giving Atoka 6 more points here in the fourth quarter in Vian. The versatility between the 2 quarterbacks for Atoka is just phenomenal.
And the PAT is good there for Wingo, and our score is 49-14. Atoka putting some points on the board here in the second half. We'll be right back on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
Step into luxury. Step into all prissied up. Downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed. Or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All prissied up, where elegance meets confidence.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
And as we come back from the break, 6 minutes, just a little over 6 minutes to go, 49-14, and nice running there by the freshman Gage Crenshaw, really putting out a nice offensive performance there on that last possession by the Wampus Cats. And now the defense is going to try to come out, make a quick stop, and try to put more points on the board offensively as they trail 49-14.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see some different running backs and as to how they, how they carry the ball and what kind of positive yardage that they can pick up. Experience is always a great thing.
Even though Crenshaw had a very good offensive possession there, I think Michael Miller stole the show on that big drive. And Vian's got the football, pushes their way past their own territory into Wampus Cat territory at about the 49. And it's enough for a first down, so the chains will move, and there is under 5 minutes to go in the game.
That was Carter Madsen for Vian on the carry, a freshman as well. He's listed at 5'8", 165 pounds. Has a lot of speed for a freshman, something that Vian's looking to utilize going forward with his high school career.
Shotgun formation or pistol set here for Vian, and a nice dodge of the tackle, and then he is met by 5 Wampus Cats. Wade McCall there at the bottom of that pile. Wade's had a very good defensive game. He's made some really nice tackles. And again, the running game there in the very beginning tonight, a little bit of a struggle there, but the offensive line tried to clean things up a little bit. And I felt like they did a little better over the second quarter, the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Into this second half. And quarterback keeper up to the 50 and out of bounds, and flags on the play. And I believe this one's going to go against the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, I had a tough time viewing the end of that play, Mike, but I can only anticipate that it was a late hit out of bounds.
And picking up the run on that play was number 9, Carter Madsen, who's checked in at quarterback. 3:05 remaining in this game, and Vian's going to run away with it, 49-14. You'd like to see Atoka get another shot one more time while the offense is hot. But Vian will move their way and keep the same ranking here in District 2A4, as they'll move to 3-0 in district play. Big run, right side, showing off the speed is Carter Madsen, and he'll go out of bounds. It was just shy of the first down. Valiant surely will be sitting there with the same point total, if you will, against Vian. I don't think we'll see a shakeup or a change in the top 3. You'll have Vian, Valiant, Henrietta after it's all said and done. We'll take a look at some of those scores once again. Dragged down in the backfield. Nice tackle there in the backfield by the big boy, number 59, Keaton Rector. And I mean, as we look at the Valiant game, you won't see, again, too big of a shakeup. Valiant on top of Henrietta, 32-0. Let's see where our number 3 team, Wilburton, probably moves up into that. I don't know. I don't think so.
Michael, can you give us a current score on the Wilburton game?
Yes, I'll give you a check out here in just a second. I think Henrietta will stay in that 3 spot just based off points totals, as they're up by 24 right now. And they don't have a loss, so they'll take a loss, and both teams will be sitting, Wilburton and Henrietta, with 1 loss in district play. But you're looking at about a 9-point difference in the standings. And that Wilburton game, 41-6 against Spiro. Left side up to the 20, under a minute remaining, and out of bounds. So yeah, I think that the districts will stay the same. You'll see Vian, Valiant, Henrietta, Wilburton, all there in those top spots. And Atoka will be hanging there around that Morris Antlers area.
And the flags flying on that last play.
Antlers will move up, obviously, with a win against Morris, and Atoka and Morris both taking losses along with Spyro tonight. So you'll probably see Atoka dip down another spot, move into that 6th spot here in district play, and Antlers moving up into that 5th spot. And that is the game. Our final here tonight, 49-14. And we head into our post-game show, again brought to you by Lucinda Holland, Farmers Agent, serving our community. She's always just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. We've got more coming your way for our post-game action in just a minute once we hear a few words from a couple of our local sponsors. But again, the Wampus Cats fall in Vian 49-14. That is the final, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Step into luxury. Step into all prissied up. Downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed. Or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All prissied up, where elegance meets confidence.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
There I was, driving through town when, bam, tire pops, keys lock themselves inside, and the truck slides halfway into a ditch. Lucky for me, I know a number, 364-4813, Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. They show up faster than a raccoon on a corn dog. Pull me out, fix my flat, pop the luck, and the price, life-saving. So when your ride goes kaplunk, call Hatter Boys at 364-4813, Hatter Boys Wrecker Service, turning roadside whoopsies into yeehaws.
Need your land cleared, leveled, or loaded up? Call CMAC Dirtwork Gravel Trucking and Land Management. They haul gravel, sand, fill dirt, fast and reliable, from dozer work to track hoeing and skid steer services. They've got the heavy equipment and know how to get the job done right. Call 239-2026 today. That's 239-2026. CMAC Dirtwork, digging in so you don't have to. CMAX is a proud sponsor of Atoka Wampus Cat. Downtown Atoka just got a little bit cooler. Welcome to the barber shop. We're talking crisp fades, sharp cuts, and hot towel shaves that just hit different. Need a break? Grab a seat and enjoy a complimentary beverage while you relax. For men, for women, for anyone who wants to look fresh, this is your spot. The Barber Shop, downtown Atoka. Now that's cuts served neat.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
Welcome into our post-game coverage of Atoka Wampus Cat football. It is brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. If you're looking for an insurance agent that can help you understand your options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3347. And tonight, big loss for the Wampus Cats. Again, 49-14 as Vian wins here at home, and Atoka makes that long 2-hour drive back from I-40 into 69-75 to get home. And next week, another tough matchup for this Atoka Wampus Cat team. They're going to be taking on the number 4 ranked at the current moment team in Class 2A in Valiant, which Valiant right now, they're leading in their match. They will be going into next week, surely the number 2 spot in district play, as they have already beaten Spiro Antlers in district play. They've had that suspended Hugo game, but they won against Idabel as well. Rush Springs, big win against them. And we still haven't seen exactly who Valiant has played just yet, but still a talented team nonetheless. They've got a great running game. They play really good defense, so it'll be interesting to see how that one has fared at home. But again, Vian, one of the top teams in the state, obviously went to the state championship a year ago, lost to Davis, looking for revenge this season, and they've started off on the right path with a 5-1 start.
Yeah, great showing by Vian tonight. Congratulations to Vian High School on getting the W, and we wish them well along for the rest of their season.
Wilburton gets the win, 41-6. And Tishomingo falls to Davis 34-7. At least that is what the total I have at the current moment. Tough matchup. Beggs at home against the number 3 team in 2A2 Holdenville, and only down by 2 at score of 28-26. Holdenville in favor at the current moment. Colgate. Last time they updated that score, it was 12-10 at halftime. I don't see an update on there right now, but Valiant on top of Henrietta big time, as they had a 32-point lead against Henrietta last time I saw. And so that's kind of your case there for Valiant in regards to how good they are this year. And Antlers, a big win so far against, or at least it should be finished at this moment. They'll have an updated score on that, but it was 35-0 the last time we saw against Morris. So some tough games going on around the district. And, of course, this one probably the toughest if you're the Wampus Cats, as you fall 49-14. But we saw some bonuses in tonight. A lot of freshmen obviously seeing what the top talent looks like in the state. And we're able to put up some points in the second half.
Yeah, and then some of that was due in part to Gage Crenshaw and taking the reins at the running back position, doing a great job. I think that would be a great thing to see Wade and Gage kind of trade hands, if you will, to try and lighten the load on Wade's part. Playing both sides of the football and going both ways, it gets tiring fast.
There was a lot of pluses that we saw, but I think some of the pluses, the more notable pluses that we saw, the star of the game, which, by the way, is brought to you by Studeville Ford of Atoka, who is also your video sponsor for tonight's game. When buying a vehicle, shop around, then shop local and see what Ryan Lott and his Studeville Ford staff can do for you. Making big deals in a small town for 2 decades, Studeville Ford in Atoka and StudevilleFord.net. I have to go back to that play, Kaylin. Michael Miller down the sidelines, the pass from Ryan Barton, who I thought came into the game after Connor Ritchie got hurt, played phenomenal football, was throwing the ball around, looked comfortable there in the pocket, and made some really big plays, and none better than that huge 65-yard passing catch that we saw from Ryan Barton into Michael Miller, who dodged off 2 tackles and took it to the house for pay dirt. And to me, that was the play of the game. It put Atoka on the board for the first time tonight, and for me, that is going to be my star of the game.
Yeah, and I would have to agree with you from what, that was a fantastic job by Michael Miller. The yards after the catch was very impressive, dodging defenders and putting points on the board there for Atoka in the third quarter. Just a really hard-fought football game, some learning experiences to take away from this, and that we will, and we look forward to hosting Valiant at home next week in Atoka.
Yes, that is going to be a tough game for sure for the Wampus Cats, as they will be taking on, again, one of the top teams in Class 2A2. As for the both of us, Kaylin Nagorski and Michael Gabbard signing out here for tonight's game of Wampus Cat football. Again, our final 49-14. We'll be at home next week. Good night, and see you next week. And Boomer Sooner here from KHKC 102.1 FM.